When you're posting data into your Xero ledgers, it's not uncommon to mispost items. No person is a machine, and the likelihood is at some point in time, regardless of how good you might be, you will make the odd mistake. So what Hindsight can do for you is check for inconsistent postings. You see from the example here that we've got a bill that was posted to Vonage on the 7th of May, and that was posted to 489 Telephone and Internet. The next invoice for this supplier, or this next bill for this supplier, was posted to 490. So because we've now started using a different posting code, Hindsight has flagged this up just to alert us that there may be a posting error here. We have Xero hot links back to the underlying invoices, so we can go and check those to see what's occurred. Now what we can also see is that we have a second inconsistent posting, because the next invoice that's been posted for Vonage has then been changed from 490 back to 489. This to me would be a very good indication that we know that this middle invoice here is actually incorrect, and that should have also been processed to 489. So what I would do is I'd hit on the hot link, I'd go to Xero, amend the posting to 489 Telephone and Internet, and then I'd be able to complete both of these items in here, because that one transaction would actually correct both of these items. One of the other options we've got is to dismiss and exclude contact. So if we found something that got flagged up and we were actually happy that it should be posted to another account code, i.e. we're not going to correct the underlying transaction because it doesn't need to be, we'd be able to dismiss it. This is telling Hindsight not to flag this one up for us going forward. Because it checks every day, we need to tell the system that this one's okay and not to flag it up. The other option we've got is to exclude a contact. This is really useful in the case of contacts like Amazon, where you could buy lots of different stuff from them, and just because it's been posted to a different account code does not mean that it's incorrect. So what we'd suggest for places like that is actually exclude the contact, and then that won't make any suggested inconsistent postings for you. As well as going to the individual transactions, you can also go to the Payables detail report, and if the client is responsible for their own bookkeeping, you can copy this information, export it to Excel, or send it to them as a PDF document. It's just a prompt. Perhaps you're coming up towards a VAT or a year end, you've got some items in here and you want the client to go through and make those corrections for you. In terms of the actual alert settings, you can see there aren't any variables because this is something that's being driven by the system, and it's checking each and every posting for you to try and find these inconsistent postings.